Welcome back to the arming sword. Today we are going to be starting the technical work, meaning that we are going to go through all the different applications of the circular movement of the sword in a combat situation. So when you watch this series, you will then know how to use the sword basically in the scenarios what we are presenting. So what we are going to do, we are going to assume a little bit like military setting, meaning that my opponent is further away there. So I will have to close the gap a little bit, and I want my opponent to hit me first. So that's the tactical application. So when he hits me, I will block it and then counter. So the block and the counter attack is a single movement here. So now, first of all, this circle, so like described by Cassani, so he describes first that using the circular cuts. That's the first way to fight. So there are other methods as well. There is the simple cuts, and then he has the combination cuts. So today we're going to be using the upward rising block and then cut from here. So let's see how it goes. So it means that it's most useful in a situation where my sword is low and my opponent's sword is high, and my opponent is making some kind of a high attack, so he's hitting my head or something. So if you see your opponent has this sword high, you will put your sword low, and it can be as a result of any sword movement, but at least momentarily your sword will be here low. And you initiate the, so let's do it slowly first. You step forward with the left foot, and now I'm on the range of my opponent, so he will cut me. So of course I will block this now. So I will just go here. And when he's pulling his weapon back, I will step ahead a little bit more, and this makes the cut. And this is quite powerful. So let's do it again. So he will cut, and then I need to watch his sword a little bit. So when I'm stepping forward to his range, then he will cut. So when the weapon is past me, then I step forward and cut him. I can cut the leg, I can cut his body, or even his head. So the height of the cut is whatever you want, but usually it's easiest to cut the leg. Okay, so let's do a few reps so you understand how this is going. So start sword here, so palm is pointing up, step forward, catch it, and then follow his sword here. So it's just like that. That's your first technique. It can feel a little bit scary, but it's really not, so you're quite safe. So there are some points here. So if I step and you cut and leave the sword here, if you make the block like this, so that your hand is quite low here, then you increase the risk of his weapon coming through. So the safest place is to block it at your head height. So in sparring, this happened to me many times. I was hit like what I'm doing, so my hand was too low. So try to put the hand a little bit higher if that happens to you. So it's like high here, and now he pulls through, so you're quite safe, and then you go. So that's application starting from the right hand side. So I'm starting here. So this is your reference. So it looks like this. It works the same way from the other side. So now we were using this circle. Now let's use this circle instead. So in that case, I'm putting my sword tip to my left, front left here. So that's where I start. I could end there in any way, but the basic idea is still the same. So let's do it slowly. So I step forward, my opponent cuts, I will block it here. Now he pushes the sword through, I will follow and, for example, cut his legs. So once again, he pushes through, I cut. Flies. And now, same story, you have to have your sword kind of high. Otherwise, if it's low, so let's see what happens. So you can stop the sword somewhere here. So if this is low, now there is a possibility that your block will collapse and you will get hit if he hits hard. So it's better to have your block here. So the block from the front, it looks like I'm just going here. So the tip is not exactly pointing at my opponent, but maybe close little bit to the side, so he will catch his strike here. So once more, so he will cut when I step, and then I will come here. And now these upward circle block and counter movements, these are very useful because you can use them independent if he cuts from the left or the right side. So so now he was previously cutting in the first case from his right shoulder, so it was like this. I'm blocking it and you pull. But if he cuts from the left shoulder, it's the same thing. So I can still use the same block here. So he comes in, now he pulls through, I still go here. So you see it works the both ways. And same thing from the other side. So this was the original, so he comes in here, I pull, I will cut. But now if he cuts from his right shoulder, same story. So I come in, I catch it here, he pulls through, and then I follow. So these are designed to catch everything coming from above. And it's possible to fight with the style like that already. Okay, so now we went through this upward block cut combinations. See you in the next one. It's bye-bye.